Hi, hello, and we are here for another interesting episode. So, before we start, I want to ask something from you because you are from a different era. You know this word, your generation knows this word far better than the younger generation, right? It's called as loyalty.
Loyalty points, you say?
No, that's credit card loyalty points. It's all about normal loyalty, whether you are
Uh-huh.
loyal to your team, fans, players, and all
Yeah.
these things. So, loyalty has become a big thing in cricket for a long time.
Yeah.
But now we are hearing so many different counter arguments about it. So, first, tell me whether we should be loyal to our players or the players you should.
Actually, the game, cricket as a game of masters, right?
Yes,
We talked
yes.
about the loyalty of the game, where you play to the country, where you play for a club, where you play for some sort of team, and others believe in you, right? So,
True.
and you are getting into somewhere and just trust in between players and the managements would take you there. And I remember, yeah, 2 3 decades back, the players are coming to the ground by the same bus,
Yeah, true,
right?
true.
So just it was said that in 1980s, like until there, they were semi-professional cricketers.
True, true.
They were just doing their own jobs.
Even until 1996, they were semi-professional cricketers. Most of
Exactly.
them were working in banks as clerks and
Exactly.
everything.
So these just driven them to be more loyal towards their organizations, towards their clubs, and towards their nation to play the game and enjoy their personal lives as well as game in a way. And this loyalty was taught, and if these loyalty points are given by them, all were earning that. That's what Arjuna was even saying. I think
True.
when I talked with Arjuna, he was once said, Sri Lankan cricket and the game is a part of their family.
True, true, true.
Because when you take it up, coming from Ananda into the Sri Lankan cricket directly, throughout the family there were 4 members were
Yeah.
playing there, right?
Yeah,
So
true.
if you go there, if before a match, all the family members taking their video collection and the cassettes to the video player, and there is some specific new player trying to identify what are the weaker points
Yeah.
and trying to get it, how to beat him, and taking those things, noting it down in a book.
True.
So that sort of a loyalty being there from a captain to a player from Arjuna's side and with the players too in this sort of a way. And when the game start, I'm just talking not very long back. It is only 30-35 years back
Yeah.
in this game's history.
It's not only in Sri Lanka, and I hear a vivid, I remember a vivid situation explained by Harsha Bogle. So, Harsha Bogle and Wasim Akram were doing a commentary stint or a talk show or something like that. And suddenly Imran Khan called Wasim Akram to his mobile. Wasim was like, stood up. Captain, good morning. How are you? So Harsha Bogle was so because Akram is a legend by himself, but the respect, the moment he took the phone and saw Imran Khan, he just automatically stood up and he spoke to him. So this is the loyalty that we had a long time ago, and even if you could see any exhibition matches being played in Sri Lanka, if Arjuna walks in, everybody from the 96 team just he just have to players will just move seamlessly, effortlessly. But
No, even you just know that even because we are just knowing that Arjuna is a part of the most of the events of the Sri Lankan cricket and the Sri Lankan cricketers' weddings and all those things there.
Yeah.
So even today, when Arjuna is coming to such an event, right, players just standing up.
sure,
And the guy is
will.
coming up because that honor you can't earn with the money what people are expecting today.
True, true, true. But we are now, as you saw, as we both know, cricket has been moving more towards very commercialized aspect.
Can't help.
Yeah, so we can't, because you need money to sustain the sports. Even
No,
now,
because I think we talked early, even a different episode. The Kerry Packers commercialization has
Sure.
come into picture in 1978 something, and from there onwards, Australia dominated for 2 decades, like
True,
with
true,
that,
true.
and thereafter some sort of clashes in India for
True,
some other
true.
cricket, but then T20 came into picture. From there onwards, all franchise cricket,
And
the
everyone is
IPL, BPL,
everyone is like,
every
having
country is having their own franchise today. So
leagues. So
leagues. So today, fortunately or unfortunately, you can see more players than the national players
exactly,
who are the franchise loyal players,
exactly,
not the national loyal players.
exactly. Because
You have to talk. You can talk about that point more than me because I know you are more fan of that than me.
yeah. So when it comes again, I wanted to quote Harsha Bogle. So he just had an interview with Kairan Pollard, because Kairan Pollard is known for the name of loyalty, the modern loyalty. If you have watched this movie called Bahubali, he played the role of
Bahubali, his action is like that when he take a wicket.
but his loyalty is like Katappa in that movie. You ask him to kill someone, he will kill. I'm not saying that literally, but like that was loyalty. But there's an interview, Harsha Bogle asked, your biggest moments didn't come from West Indies cricket, but it came from Mumbai Indians cricket. So he told, like, I'm coming from a very humble family, and I had anger issues. So he only had, he didn't have his father. His mother was raising him and his elder sister. So the elder sister had to stop education abruptly without going to the university and start working, so that like he can play cricket without any issues, like because the financially they were like so poor, and they were living it in a very small house and everything. The moment he was picked up to Mumbai Indians team, that was the time that he was not even made his debut for West Indies cricket team,
Yeah.
because he was doing the first class cricket,
Yeah.
and then they picked him. He said, my life changed upside down. I bought a new house. I made sure my sister to retire early. I set up a business for her. I helped her to get married. I asked my mother to retire, because that's how it is. So certain aspects you can't deny the fact that cricket is being happening. And not long ago, we don't need to go to West Indies. We don't need to go for IPL. What happened in LPL? 2023 World Cup. Vanindu was having an issue in his one leg, but he was bowling for the Candy team, and that was the only time that Candy team won the championship. And he was like holding the one leg, and he was like doing all this celebration, and people were slamming him. People were like, bashing him out. We never know whether that contributed for his omission in the 2023 Cricket World Cup. We never know, because these things are like, unless you are a
But
doctor.
Vanidu is kind of a loyal player in most of his game when he's fielding or batting or something.
Yeah, true,
When,
true.
when you say it for you play it for one of the franchise league or for the nation, if he's in the proper form, he's batting like nothing.
Yeah.
And if he's like bowling also, he's a such committed player.
Yes.
You always see how his commitment is
Yeah.
as a full player. Because
Exactly.
in Sri Lanka, other than guy like maybe Pathum Nissanka or maybe Kamidu Mendis,
True, true.
other player whom I have seen such a commitment is this guy.
Yeah, true. So that's what I'm trying to say, because
Not
sometimes.
Kusal Mendis.
Yeah. Complete different discussion. We'll take it in another episode. So we just really, I want to say, like, sometimes players give their 100% to their national team. The exact point I was making. At the same time, 100% to their franchise cricket. I don't see anything wrong there, because they always like, practice very hard, and they play well. But sometimes we need to understand. So first we talk about, there are some misunderstandings happen between players and the boards. Sri Lanka cricket is very famous for that, right? Many of our legends didn't have a proper farewell,
Of course.
right?
So sad.
Proper farewell, and this is the
Starting from
point.
Siddharth Ettamuni.
Starting from him, he's absolute legend, and those are the days that they actually they hustle, they grind, and they scrap through to
Even
bring
I
Sri Lankan
think
cricket.
even Roy Dias, Dulip Mendis even hadn't got their farewells, right?
Many of them.
No, actually, the whom we know as calling it, even those names were not being there. I think a proper farewell game we saw first for Arjuna, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so that was but he also had a issue in '99, but he didn't
No,
give up.
he got the farewell, if I'm not mistaken, 2000.
Yeah. So
He had got the farewell after his 100th match.
So,
Because he just organized it and all those things being there, proper farewell for a Sri Lankan cricketer was
Yeah,
there
but-
from Arjuna.
yeah, but like it didn't happen seamless. He was sacked after the 1999 World Cup.
Yeah,
Then he made sure, because he had that,
No, with
he
the
is
power, Arjuna's name was being there.
Yeah, and-
He is a Arjun of Mahabharat, like for Sri Lankan cricket.
Of course.
Simple as that.
And not only that, he worked so hard and he was so determined. Okay, you can't, because what was going on his mind at that time is, you can't decide when I'm going home. I should decide. So he worked hard to come back, play his farewell game, that tour.
Do you remember the game he played? One of his finger broken.
Yeah, I'm about to come to that point.
Yeah.
So we have seen players limping, players with fracture coming and playing, players with all these things. So these are the things. Kumble played with this
Yeah,
thing
Crack
after-
Joe.
Crack Joe.
Yeah.
But did he get a farewell match? I don't think so. So likewise, you have this cricketers have given everything to that, but like we didn't get it. Even the modern day great Chaminda was, he didn't get a proper farewell. He didn't get a proper send off.
Yeah.
So once they have been coming to the tail end of their career, they have been always taken out, put in, and by and large, these players have given their life for the cricket. They have won so much for us. It's okay for them to get irritated by this thing. Because I have done so much to your cricket, you don't even give me a proper run, right? Dilshan still did ask about it. Dilshan said, okay, I am determined, I can maintain my fitness, I will play the 2019 World Cup. But you need to give me a long run. You can't just put me in one tour, take me out of another tour, because my rhythm will go, and if you are to play for a long time, you need to continue to play, because that's how you play for it. Mama Natapathu, very famous story. Very famous story.
You know the famous story I was telling, I think by then Dimel was the selector, and he was his famous saying, because Marwan is a very bad mouth. When you say it, he's telling the things to the camera. He doesn't mind, right? So once after his test match, just going out with his press openly, he was said, "Thank you everyone who has given me a final match. I appreciate it. But if Sri Lanka cricket want to continue it, you have to discontinue with the selection committee.
Yeah.
Selection committee is headed by a puppet, right? And set of another puppets, you can't go ahead with this."
It's a very
Very harsh, one can say, but you know what happened thereafter.
Yeah.
To the cricket, because these guys are the guys who has taken the game in, but with the political scenarios, with some propagandas, all those taken away, this fairness and this loyalty of this game, because the players are the loyal ones to the game. The players, not the coaches, not the administrators, anyone. If players are not playing, how we can earn?
Exactly. And most importantly, we need to think about one scenario as well. As you said, sometimes these kind of, when it comes to these loyal issues, we have seen certain comments made by certain selection committees, which really, එයා තාම ඉන්නවද? You know, those guys.
Yes,
those
yes,
guys.
yes. How they are?
Yeah. So this is to another legend who won us a World Cup. That death overs. Like no one can
Exactly.
no one can forget about it.
Exactly.
But at the same time, we need to think about franchise cricket also works in such a way, because couple of weeks ago we saw a shocking news. Andre Russell is being released for the very first time by KKR,
Yeah.
and what he said was, "I'm quitting. I'm quitting IPL because I can't play against KKR because
Yeah,
that
I can't play for another,
franchise."
and because after just keeping myself in, because more than West Indies, as Pollard for the
Yeah, Mumbai
MI,
Indians.
he was a part of, he was some, for me, actually, Sunil Narayan and Russell were the
Yes.
two icons
Of KKR.
of KKR.
They always have.
I don't know why Shahrukh was did that, because I think we had a great love for all these three.
True, but we need to. I need to quote something from a book called Cricket 2.0. It's all about franchise, and
Yeah.
there's a chapter dedicated to KKR. Venki Mysore, the same person who let him
Okay.
go. It's titled as "How to Sell a Prince."
Okay.
This prince is Ganguly, Prince of West Bengal,
Yes,
and
yes.
entire state loved him because he's one of the mainstream
I
cricketer.
think he is the cricket chairman of the West
West
Bengal
Bengal
now, even,
now.
right? Yes.
So he is actually after a long time, cricketer from West Bengal broke in, and he made India team competitive, fiery, all these things. And we don't need to explain about
He is
Ganguly
the
here.
game changer for India
India.
in the early 2000s.
Yeah, especially after this match fixing scandals and everything.
Exactly.
And then he was actually picked up as a first buy for KKR, and he plays for like 2-3 seasons. They are not having good time, but back then Ganguly is at the latter part of his career. And then Venki Mysore came and he said, like, okay, look, we have to take a tough decision now because we can't keep him in the team. So we have to let him go. So that was a very hard decision
Yeah.
because they lost chunk of West Bengal Kolkata fans because they let Ganguly go. And there's another franchise called Rising Pune Super Giants with a black jersey and all. So they bought Ganguly, anticipating they can capture that fans
Yeah.
of that. What happened? Ganguly performed badly in that IPL season. Their team crashed out. So most of the time we understand, and surprisingly that season, KKR won the first champions,
IPL.
first champions in championship in IPL. So what happened? Everybody who criticized the decision at the beginning eventually became their fans. And this Pune team who actually took him to capture the fans, they didn't win anything, and they actually
Yeah,
won.
only 2 seasons. I think,
Yeah,
right?
for they that was an experiment of adding the 9 team and back then in IPL. So what I'm really telling is,
Yeah, I think even for that, but then CSK was not being there, and the captain, it was
no,
captained
that
by.
was after some time. CSK banned and they added 2 teams.
Yeah.
That's because CSK and RR was banned for like 2 years.
Cool.
So this is before that, way
Yes,
before
yes,
that, right?
yes.
So what I'm going to say is the players, the other side of that, because we always find that players being good, not being treated well by the teams and owners and boards.
Yeah.
Players also need to understand there is a time, the graph goes like this and then the graph comes down, because always Harsha Bogle always says the tide comes in but the tide goes out, because you can be the great Bretman, you can be the great Sachin Tendulkar, you can be the great Sangakkara, but you understand beyond a certain point your hand and eye coordination doesn't work like that. And as a Murali always says, as a batter it's very difficult because you need to judge so many things in that fraction of a second, where this releasing point, what he's going to do, think about all this. So as cricketers, they also work very hard, but beyond a certain point you need to understand they also come to they need to understand, okay, things are not as it seems to be. It's time for me to slowly step away from that game
Exactly.
and really do something. Unless you are Chris Gale you can play till 40. That's a different body made out of something else.
And also, if you are James Anderson,
Yeah, so
you
James
can captain
Anderson.
even at 43.
Yeah, so the James Anderson or even Mahendra Singh Dhoni, you can come and because you can bulk and you can come and hit six and you can still run very fast. So that's a different. Those bodies are little different. They have been made out of a little different. Same. There are a few other players also, Ross Taylor, Neil Wagner. So they are little different. But when there is a point when you come because and I wanted to mention there are certain cricketers they hang in that position for certain time because we need to give respect for it during that during this COVID time. Lasith Malinga was practicing very hard, and when people were asking about his future and all this thing, he said like, we have never played qualifier in my life. This is probably the last shot that if I only wanted to play the qualifiers, make the team qualify for the final, I won't play the main tournament, I will retire. So he was just hanging in. He was holding in all these things because during the COVID you can't go to gym, you have like, so many restrictions, but like he worked so hard for it. So we need to accept that as well. But majority, the boards, I don't know what happened. When the cricketers also tried to come off the cliff, the boards treat them very badly. It happened to Indian legends as well. I think in that Indian 90s legends, the whole section, only Sachin got a proper farewell.
Exactly.
I think everybody, Kumble,
Dravid,
Lakshman, none of them actually got
Ganguly got a farewell also.
Yeah, so Ganguly got it because he was actually West Bengal and
No, actually, he was such powerful because he has become the Indian cricket chair as well.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
So he was having this political power too. But technically, it was all about Indian cricket, Sri Lankan cricket, Pakistani.
Here it's also,
Indian.
it's like, I think Sangha Mahela and Murali, I think both three of them are very smart. They didn't fall from the cliff. They understand the fall is
Actually,
going to come.
I remember just about 6 months before Murali was going out, he was telling now I can bowl 20-30 overs per day, right? But still, if you are expecting me to perform it another 1 year time, I can't do it.
Can't do it.
Because I feel now body pain, I feel now the things which was under control of me going out of control. So before it's going out of me, I just want to be in my top rhythm and say bye-bye.
Yeah, so I want
So even at his last match, he has taken 8 wickets.
Yeah, so he told like, if I have to get 800 wickets, I need to take 8 wickets. And if I take 8 wickets, Sri Lanka will win. So that was like, the peak self-belief. Even Sangakkara said, he asked, can you play the whole series even? That was the first match. He said, no. If I can't do that, that's it. I'm going with 790, 99, 98.
Yeah.
I don't. But one important thing, since you said about Murali, I just really wanted to say, because he was so focused about his fitness, because Sangakkara said the moment he break into the team, he has seen Murali been bowling very fast. That time he was at number 2 or number 3, just behind Stein and a few other, I think Mitchell Johnson or somebody in the ICC rankings. He just went and asked like, you have been number 2 or number 3 in the ranking. Why you are bowling? Why you are practicing so hard? He just said like, if I miss a couple of series, I will come out of top 10. I'm not worried about these numbers. Even the last delivery I bowl in my career should fall exactly in the place that I want to place and take the exact amount of turn I want the ball to take.
Do you remember the, the game played? Not the game actually, the fun event had Swan and this.
He knocks down the coin on the top of the glass. So that's the accuracy. So if you ask, I mean, what we are really seeing here, players in that caliber are being not treated well, and there are players like who should have.
No, actually, they were loyal
Yeah.
such to the game, and they were playing that game in such a. They were having their bandwidth.
True.
Simply with the technical terms,
True.
right?
True.
They knew their bandwidth. Within that bandwidth, they served the nations, and they were not worrying about how big my car is, how much I can earn and for the next generations to save or something like that. These cricketers were willingly playing for the nation and also enjoying what they were doing.
And these days, surprisingly, right, what I'm really seeing as this, franchises give more loyalty to the players than the boards.
Let me say some funny thing,
Yeah.
right? You know that a guy called Quinton de Kock, who was the blossoming guy, the youngster coming into the South African biggest era, and he was said, I want to go and I want to go out by 29, right? And the funny thing, he just went out and tried to play for some franchises, tried few years, about 2-3 years. He was not recognized properly. He came back to South Africa.
Yeah, he came back.
One franchise thing. And also, the biggest six-hitter after Chris Gale in cricket from Windies or something even from is Nicholas Pooran.
True.
Even by just, I think, 30, right? He has gone out from the national cricket.
True.
In the South Africa, West Indies season,
Sure.
all the pain,
Yeah.
when highly needed. Now even, he is ill-performing. I'm pretty sure guy would try to come for the next World Cup.
Maybe.
Because
who knows?
these things are going out when you miss your loyalty. Because when you miss your loyalty points, remember guys, if you get the loyalty points in your account, always people and all those things believe on you. But if you are missing it, it's sad, bad, you are missing it for the life. That's what I saw in my life. I think Indoosan just with the cricket in the game, as a game, for last few decades, who are loyal for the game and nation, just were part of the game. But who are just skipping it and go for the franchise cricket or anything, just missing something. I don't know what it is, but they are falling like nothing.
It's different trends have been coming, because what I'm really telling you, sometimes the franchises also, because when people are at the lowest point, most of the franchises in the world, they they kind of like give these players the space to practice. They have their own grounds and everything, and just want to make them good players. And many of these players, even they break into the international cricket, they have been recognized by because, for example, in the recent this one is Ishan Malinga. For a long time we have been saying that he need to come, but he got the first breakthrough in franchise cricket before he walked into that in the national team. Vyas Kant, for an example, he played so many leagues. He played for ILT, even IPL, for two different franchises, but at the same time he just really made it. So loyalty is also a very complex. There is no black and white. That's what I'm saying. It's a very, very difficult area to quantify. But what we can say is, yeah, be loyal to your team, but at the same time perform well. For the teams and boards, please treat your cricketers well. They deserve, because they have been very loyal to you. They play for you. They try their level best to make the best things happen for your team, the country, and at the same time, please treat them well.
Yeah, because it should be ethical, it should be some philosophical thing, as we said it correctly. Just players are the ones who are earning for you, right? So you have to take ethical decisions if you play with a player. If not, I think what happened to West Indies is the most current thing, and even Pooran like a player, why taken that decision, I felt
There
like...
are few boards who are, very famous for having these
Yeah,
players, and
so-
West Indies is the top.
Yeah, West Indies is in the top because these players are earning like nothing. Because if you take it up, things like ILT today, they are playing for a match for these players about thrice of a normal international match for a player.
Sure.
So people are coming and playing for that. So these things are some different things. Business ethics and all those things, logically, we have to take it forward and take it to the next level.
The boards are getting better, because do you remember the time that Kevin Peterson played IPL. The ECB was dead against that. They purposely put series to break his this thing.
Yeah, true.
So that's, I mean, the boards are also now getting better. They understand a little bit, but things need to go forward.
Different logics are building, different ways, different responses, but still cricket. It is a master's game.
Exactly.
So it to be continued.
Sure.
It to be taken it out for the next level. You can't go without the ethics. You may be having business strategies, business policies, future making, different words. But, my friends, the phenomenon will be players need to be there at the national levels, franchise level, who are being with your team and they are trusted you, team, spectators. So what we say as who are trusting each other.
The trust need to be on both ways. It's
Exactly.
a double way traffic. You can't just one way. And the players also need to think. Boards also need to think, and franchises also need to think, because you can't overuse a player. On a long term, you just have to have a proper management plan. Everybody have to get together and put a management plan in a way that it just goes forward.
This loyalty will be the key, and in the future, even for the game, to have the proper player management and these things will take the things forward. Because if we take anyone is not richer than Indian cricket, yeah, I know, and they are playing, and their players should not go out and they played for the other countries because franchise leagues, because they are paid
far better,
and these guys should not play, and they are also relaxing and playing. So that should be also there, because earlier players were just occupied for maybe 75 to 100 days per thing, but today some players just occupied 100 to 150 days per year playing game.
Some play even 200 days. You switch on a team, Rashid Khan is playing somewhere. Whatever the league, Rashid Khan will be there.
Yeah, because
other than
some Afghan players, you can't even imagine how much they are being utilized. And I'm still counting it. If he is in Sachin Tendulkar's age, now he would be played more than 1,500 T20s.
For sure. I'm sure.
Right? So guys, it would be the thing, and we need the players to have a long run too. So the ethical things, loyalty things, all let it take the game forward. Let the game be dominated by these things.
Exactly. That's what we say.
So, yeah, that's it from us for today.
Sure.
Let's meet in 1 week time.
Sure.
See you.
Cheers.